Hello there guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, in this video I'm going to present to you about the chemistry paper 2 2020 October November 2020. Okay, the duration for this paper is 45 minutes. Okay, let us move on to the first question. Okay, for the first question, which gas has the lowest rate of diffusion? Okay, this one is depending on the mass of these molecules. So we have to calculate the RMM. So for hydrogen is 1 plus 1, which is 2. And here is a 14 plus with 3 hydrogen. We are getting here 17. Carbon is 12 plus with 4, which is 16. 1, 6. Okay. The D here is carbon, we have 12. Oxygen, each of them is 16, so it's 32 here, and total we are getting here 44. So the heaviest is carbon dioxide, so it has the slowest rate of diffusion. Okay, it will move, because it's heavy, it will move slowly. So one is donkey. Okay, now let us look at number 2. Okay, number 2, a chromatography experiment is carried out to analyze the pigment present in 4 different types of leaves. The student carried out experiment forgot to complete his table of results, which is shown. Okay, this is a number of pigments identified. So here we have 2 pigments, okay, green and yellow. So here's 2. Okay, now for the RF value, let's say we just label this as this is a distance traveled by the solvent front. So let us put it as a, and this is a distance traveled by the origin, from the origin by each pigment. So let us put as a B. So the RF value is being calculated by B over A. Okay, this one divided by this. So example like here, how do we get 0.81 is we take the 3 divided by 3.7. So let me calculate this. Yes, we do get 0.81. Okay, now look at here. Okay, now they are asking for the A, and we are getting okay, we can take this 2.5. okay, 2.5, we put it up here, and this is the A, equals to 0.78. now is 2.5 divided by 0.78. so your A value here will be 3.2. okay, so here's about 3.2. and look at here, they are asking for this yellow, the RF value for the yellow. So we just take the 3 and divide it by 3.5. so we are getting here about 0.857. okay, so I hope you can understand this. Now let us look at the answer options. So here we have F is 2, so it's either A or C. 3.2, both are right, and the H is the most nearest, is 0.86. so your answer is C over here. Okay, so now we move to the next question here. Okay, which statement about isotopes is correct? Okay, isotopes, please remember, we will if you want to remember isotopes, just remember like few examples, like a carbon 12-6 and carbon 13-6, carbon 14-6. These are the example of isotopes. So if you look at here, the proton number is the same. Okay, so you have a same proton number, same proton, but you have a different in a neutron and also nucleon number. Different small n neutron and also nucleon number, and they have the same chemical properties due to their same proton number, okay, which is the electron number. So A is wrong. same nuclear number, this is wrong. Same number of electrons, we can look at it. Okay, it's different chemical properties, no, it's wrong. Okay, electron number is equals to proton number, right? So yes, your answer is donkey over here. 3 is D. Okay, now let us move for the fourth question. So in the chromatography experiment shown, which label represents the solvent front? This line here is the solvent front, so the answer is A. Okay, number 5. Different method of separation rely on substance having different properties. Which property does distillation make use of? Distillation make use of the boiling point. Okay, like distillation of water and alcohol and water and you can also say fractional distillation of a petroleum. Okay, all this is based on the boiling point. Okay, now let us look at number 6. Okay, number 6 here. Okay, the arrangement of the electrons into ions formed from element X and Y. So we write down here the electron numbers. So this is the ion. So the electron number here is 2.8.8, which gives you 18. And see here you are having a 19 as the proton number. So one extra positive charge, right? So you have a positive one. And look at here for the Y. And here we have a 2.8.8, which is 18. And this is a negative electron. And look at the proton, we have a 17 over here. So it means we have an additional one negative charge. So we have Y negative. So when we add on, okay, this one is definitely is a group 1 and this is a group 17 here. So group 17, they exist as a diatom. Okay, so please remember this is a diatom. X remains as a solid, Y remains as a diatom, then they'll combine to form a XY. Okay, now we have to balance this equation. We got here 2, we put here 2. Okay, now we look at it. So we can even separate this since the answer is being separated. Okay, in this way. So number 6 will be, the best answer here will be C. Alright, so I hope you can understand this. Okay, now let us move to question number 7. Okay, which row identify compounds that contain single covalent bond only, double covalent bond only, or both single and double covalent bond? Okay, now for double covalent bond, it must be under alkene group. This one should be either alkane or alcohol. For this one, it can be, the only choice here we have is the acid. Okay, acid. Oh, here don't have acid, so we can choose both single and double covalent bond. So if you look at here, this part, okay, now if you look at ethane, okay, ethane, they do have both. This is ethane. So they do have a double bond and also single bond. Okay, like carbon dioxide, they have 2 double bonding. So it cannot be A and cannot be B. And look at the last one here. This one will be COH, and we have here H. Okay, there is no double bonding over here. Okay, so your only choice of answer here is C. Okay, now let us move for the next question. Okay, number 8. Ethyl methanol, it is an ester. Okay, burns in excess oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and also water. This is the equation. So let me make it bigger. Okay, to find the X. So here number of oxygen here will be 6, 2, you got 12, and here will be 6. So total is about 18 molecules, 18 atoms of oxygen, and here will be 1, 2. So will be multiplied with this one, so you'll be getting here 4. So 18 minus 4, you'll be getting there about 14. So if it is a 14, here we have 2. So here the best answer here will be 7, because 7 times 2 you are getting here 14. Okay. So remember the molecules, the number of atoms here before and after must be the same. The answer is boy. Okay, now let us look at number 9. Okay, rubidium is in a group 1 periodic table and bromine is in group 7. Rubidium react with bromine to form ionic compound. Which row shows the electron change taking place for rubidium and correct formula for rubidium ion? So when they combine, you will have a rubidium from group 1 and bromine from a group 17. They'll combine to form this. Okay, now they only focus at the rubidium. Rubidium is this one. This is wrong. This is wrong. And remember, for those atoms are forming a cation, a positive ion, they will be releasing or donating electrons. Okay, please remember this equation, guys. Okay, here. So here will be electron lost. So the best answer here will be C. Okay, now for number 10. Which statement explains why graphite is used as a lubricant? Okay, graphite is made from carbon, and it is similar properties with pencil lead. Okay, it is slippery. So we have if you look at this structure of this graphite, they have like a hexagon shape of carbon. Okay, so okay, now let me draw these bondings. It looks like a hexagon, and they have a very weak bonding among them, where I draw in a blue color. Okay, they have a very big bonding. So these are the bonding that it is very weak and it is slippery. So this molecule can be moved here, and the down one here, it is slippery. So this is the cause why the graphite pencil lead, okay, it is slippery. So your best answer here will be D. Okay, the layers in the structure can slide over each another. Okay, so we move to the question number 11. Number 11, the relative atomic mass of a chlorine is 35.5. When calculating relative atomic mass, which particle is the mass of a chlorine atom compared to? Okay, remember all the elements in the periodic table is being compared to carbon 12. If you look at the definition of RAM, okay, they mentioned that mass of element X, it can be anything, plumbum, argentum, or gold, or copper. So they mentioned that it is a 1 over 12 multiplied with mass of carbon. okay, C12. So here you can substitute with 12, so which makes 1 over 12 divided with multiply with the 12, you'll be getting here 1. So it is being compared with the carbon. Okay, so your answer here will be C. Okay, now look at the number 12 here. Okay, the universal indicator solution is added to a neutral solution of a concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. Okay, it's a salt, so it must be a neutral. Okay, the solution which contains hydrogen, sodium chloride and also hydroxide. The product at the cathode is hydrogen gas. Product at the anode is a chlorine gas. Okay, what happened to the color of the indication in the solution during electrolysis? So if you look at it here, at these electrodes, so here you will have the release of, at the cathode you'll be releasing hydrogen gas, and at your anode you'll have a chlorine gas over here. So look at the remaining. Okay, the remaining ions here we have sodium and also hydroxide. So when they combine, it will form sodium hydroxide, which is an alkaline solution. Okay, alkaline solution, and it is a universal indicator. So universal indicator for alkaline, the color will change from green to blue. So your answer here will be C. Why green? It because they have mentioned here is a neutral solution, neutral to alkaline. Okay, this is for number 12. Now look at number 13. Oops. Okay. Look at number 13. This is too big. Let me make it smaller. Okay. Now here, what is the empirical formula of a oxide of iron formed by reacting 2.24 of iron with a 0.96 of oxygen? So empirical formula. So here's 2.24, 0.96 of oxygen. So we can divide this with iron, which is about 56. The RAM of iron is 56. Here we divide with oxygen. So let us calculate this. This is a empirical formula solution. And here we are getting here 0.04. And the other hand here is 6. 0.06. So we can simplify by dividing further with the smallest mole. So here you'll be getting here 1 and 1.5. So we multiply with 2. So here you'll be getting 2 and 3. Okay, so the iron is 2 and the chlorine is 3. So which gives you the answer C. Okay, now look at the number 14. The combustion of methane is exothermic. It means it's releasing a lot of heat. So remember, for the reactant, okay, this reaction here, it will be absorbing the heat. Okay, absorb the heat. So this is more to endo. Why are they absorbing the heat? Is because they need to break the bonding of these molecules. Here they need to release the heat because they need to form the bonding. So this is more to exothermic. Okay, so now with understanding this concept, now let us try to go through one by one. So the energy needed to break the bond in methane and oxygen is greater. So it means they are talking about endothermic is higher than the exothermic energy. So which is wrong, because they already mentioned there exothermic having it will release a higher or greater energy compared to the endothermic. So now it breaks the bond is lesser. Okay, it's less than energy released. So this one can be, let us look at number C. Breaking bond is greater than energy needed to make new bonds. Okay, this is wrong. And here is the energy release in breaking bonds in methane and oxygen. Okay, the only one, the difference here is breaking the bond. So your best answer here will be boy, because it's just the opposite. Okay, so 14 is boy. Now let us move to the next question. Okay, now for number 15, hydrogen reacts with oxygen in a fuel cell. This is the equation. The reaction is exothermic, means it's releasing heat. 286 kilojoule of energy is released for every mole of water formed. So we put here 286 kilojoule for 1 mole. Now which volume of hydrogen gas measured at room temperature, this is RTP, which is a 24 metric cube, okay, would react with oxygen with a release of 7000. So here's about only 7000 joule. So to find the mole, we just have to divide this. Okay, 7000 divided with 286,000, and we are getting here about 0.02447.5. Okay, this is the mole calculation. Now based on the ratio here, here's 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so they are asking the volume of hydrogen gas, right? So the mole here is the same. Okay, mole here is the same, which is both are 0.024475. Okay, since this is in centimeter cube, this is in metric cube. Okay, now mind, we just multiply the mole with the 24. Okay, and we will be getting here about 0.587 metric cube. Okay, now we multiply with 1000 to get a centimeter cube. So remember, 1 metric cube is equals to 1000 centimeter cube. Okay, so here you have the answer 587 centimeter cube. So this is A. Okay, this is for number 15. Yeah. Okay, now we are going to do number 16. Okay, number 16, which substance does not require oxygen in order to produce energy? So here will be coal. It's under combustion. It needs oxygen to have a combustion. Same goes to this. Okay, all they require oxygen. They need oxygen, except for uranium. Okay, so 16 is donkey here. Alright. Okay, hydrogen can be converted into ammonia using a catalyst. What's the purpose of catalyst here? Okay, purpose of catalyst, it is also being repeated in a paper 4. Please remember, your only answer is this: increase the rate of reaction. Okay, now we move to the next question. Okay, question number 18 here. Ammonia is produced by Haber process. This is the equation, and the forward reaction is exothermic. Forward reaction. Okay, now if it is exothermic, so it means to move the reaction to the right, we need to have the temperature under control, which is reducing the temperature, and the pressure we have to increase it. If we do the opposite, right? So it will move the equilibrium to the left. So now let us go through one by one here. This one is going to the right. If it's going to the left, the temperature will be increased and the pressure will be reduced. Okay, now let us go through. Okay, now A, increasing pressure decreases the yield. Not at all, this is wrong. Increasing temperature decrease the yield of ammonia but speed up the reaction. Yes, is correct, but anyhow we look at the next one. Increasing concentration, not related. Temperature increase the yield, no. So your best answer here will be boy. You just have to follow this chart. This is specially for the exothermic reaction. Okay, exothermic reaction. Okay, now let us look at number 19. Okay, number 19, during the manufacture of sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide is converted to sulfur trioxide. Okay, this is a contact process. Okay, type of reaction. This is oxidation, because it's added, oxygen is being added. Okay. Okay, now we move on with the next one, 20. Okay. Equation is a redox, so they have both oxidation and also reduction. Which element is reduced? Reduced means you have to look at the oxidation number, which is reduced. So if you look at here, 0, and here will be -1. Okay, 0 to -1, which is the chlorine. So your best answer is A. Okay, now let us look through the next one. Okay, the equation shows a reaction between aqueous hydrogen bromide and aqueous ammonia. Which statement describes the role of aqueous hydrogen bromide? Okay, hydrogen bromide is a type of very weak acid. So you can say it releases hydrogen, okay, and it forms bromide ion, so which is this, and this hydrogen will be combined with the ammonia and form ammonium ion. So they are asking the role of aqueous hydrogen bromide. This one will be the proton donor. Okay, so proton donor is always the acid. However, the base is the proton acceptor. Okay, now 21 is donkey here, D. Now look at 22. Okay, 22. So here the equation for the three reactions are shown. Which reaction are suitable for making a salt by precipitation? by precipitation. Okay, both of these is soluble in water. So number 3, no. And if you look at argentum chloride, okay, sorry, argentum iodide, this is solid. Okay, they have already mentioned here the state here, it is solid, and here we have a solid. So they do form the precipitation. So your best answer here will be 1 and 2. Okay, we move to the next one, 23. Okay, for the zinc oxide is amphoteric oxide. It means it can react with acid and also alkali. Okay, other than a zinc oxide, you can also say aluminium oxide is also an amphoteric oxide. So your answer is A here. Okay, we move on with the next one, 24. The student carried out an experiment to prepare pure magnesium sulfate crystal. Okay, this is the first stage of the preparation. And he add magnesium carbonate until no more react. It means it is in excess. Okay, which process should he use for the next stage? So it will be under filtration. Okay, because you have magnesium carbonate in excess, so we need to filter out all the magnesium carbonate before the further process. So your best answer here will be C, filtration. Okay, now let us look at 25. Okay, 25. Which row about elements in the periodic table is correct? So periodic table, okay, metals. Metals will be at the left side. Okay, these are the metals. So these are the metal groups. So it will be at the left side. Here right is wrong, so it should be the left side. Okay, now look at the statement 1. Two elements in the same group have similar chemical properties. Yes, same group they do have. Okay, same period having a similar chemical properties. This one is wrong. Okay, this one is wrong. So your best answer here will be A. Okay, now let us look at 26. Okay, 26. A new element of orphidium was discovered with the following properties. Insoluble in water, doesn't conduct. Formula of element is 2. They have a diatom here, and the bonding is, let us zoom this, is triple bonding. Triple bonding. So when you look at it, here's triple bonding. So here we have a triple bonding, so should be 3 negative. So if triple bonding, you will have your valence electron as a 2.5. Okay, 2.5 or 2.8.5. So this one should be in a group 15. So it's boy. Okay, now for number 27. A flammable gas needs to be removed from a tank at an industrial plant. For safety reason, an inert gas is used. Inert gas is A, argon. Okay, transition element can have a variable oxidation state. Which pair of compound shows a transition element in two different oxidation state? So if you look at here, like chromium, the first one. Let me zoom this. Okay, if you look at the first one, the chromium has 3, the first one, and here is also 3 based on this, so there's no change. Zinc and zinc is the same. Okay, it's the same. Now nickel is 2, oxygen, this is also 2, nitrate. Okay, it's the same, so your best answer here will be boy, because if you look at here, copper 2 oxide, here we have this. Okay, this is the first one, and look at the next one here will be copper 2 plus and also the carbonate. So your best answer here will be boy. This is for 28. Okay, now let us look at 29. Okay, 29. Which diagram best represent the structure of a substance that is a good conductor in electricity at 25 degrees Celsius? This is a diamond shape, so it's wrong. This is a molecule, so cannot be, because to conduct electricity you need to have a free electron. Okay, free electron. Now if you look at here, this is alloy, because they have a 2 mixture of atoms. So here is it can be most possible case here will be in a salt form, but salt at 25 degrees it remains as a solid, so it doesn't conduct electricity because they do not have mobilized charges to carry the current. So here the best answer here will be donkey, because it's alloy. Okay, now look at the next one, 30. Why is aluminium metal unreactive with water? Because aluminium have a characteristics where example is the piece of aluminium sheet. Okay, so they will form a layer of aluminium oxide. They'll have a layer of oxide for themselves to protect against the further oxidation. So here will be the best answer here will be A. Okay, now look at the next one, 31. Okay, for 31, the apparatus used for the extraction of aluminium oxide by electrolysis is shown. Okay, this is the anode and this is the cathode. So the equation represents a reaction taking place at anode. So anode here will be more to positive. So we have aluminium ion and oxygen. So the oxygen will be moving to this anode and they'll have their reaction. They will release electron. Okay, since it is it appears as oxygen 2, so we have to multiply here, make it 4 and make it 2. Okay, so this is the equation. So equation here will be, the answer here will be boy. Okay, now let us look at the next one. Okay, 32, the result of test on solid S and its aqueous solution. Okay, now test on solid S, effect of heat, brown gas given off. Okay, this one certainly will be a nitrogen dioxide. Okay, it's a brown gas together with a gas with relighting a glowing splint. So it will also release oxygen here. Okay, so this is a slightly acidic. You will change your blue litmus paper to red, and then if you notice here, the white precipitate is soluble and is soluble. So if soluble, here should be zinc. So your best answer here will be zinc nitrate. D. Okay, now we look at the next one. Okay, for 33, the part of the carbon cycle is shown. So here will be Q will be photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis. So your best answer here will be boy. Okay, the next one here will be, okay, 34. The element sulfur is found in the number of different minerals. Which mineral contains the greatest percentage by mass of sulfur? So here we have to calculate one by one. So sulfur is 32. Oxygen here is 16. Barium is 137. Lead, okay, the lead is 207. Calcium is 40. And iron is 56. So we calculate the total RMM at first. Here is about 233. And the next one here will be 239. And the next one will be 136. So the next one here will be sulfur. So here is about 120. So we have to divide this with the sulfur. So here will be 32 divided by 233. Here will be 32 divided by 239. And here will be 32 divided by 136. And here will be about 64 divided by 120. So the highest percentage here I can guess is this. Okay, D as your answer. Okay, this is for number 34. Okay, for number 35, which structure represents a molecule of ethanol? You must have a functional group which is OH, oxygen and also hydrogen. So the best answer is C here. Okay, the D is carboxylic acid. Okay, now let us scroll down further, go for number 36. Okay, for number 36, which structure are structural isomers of each other? So here we have 4 carbons, all of them, and 1 and 2 basically is the same because the longest chain is still carbon, longest chain is still 4 carbon. Okay, there is no changes over here. So, and look at number 4, it's the same. We have a 4 carbon as the longest chain. So the only option here we have is 1 and 3 as your option. So now let us look at the answer. Yes, 1 and 3. All this, so 1, 2 and 4, it is not the isomer. Okay, because they are basically the same. Okay, now which molecule is not produced by addition reaction of ethane? So now look at here. Here is basically it is not even ethane, it's ethane. Okay, if you look at here, it's the same as this, it's just being replaced with a bromine, not. And here they have OH, addition, not produced, no, cannot be by addition reaction of ethane, because they are asking for the not produced. Okay, now we look at the next one. Here we have an additional carbon, which is impossible. So your best answer here for number 37 here will be donkey. This is for number 37. Okay. Now let us look at number 38. Okay, for number 38, the flow chart shows the preparation of ethanol and some important chemistry of ethanol. So for this fermentation, we need the glucose, okay, as the raw material. Okay, for this process, since it is releasing a carbon dioxide, it means it must be under combustion, and this one you must release a water or steam. Should be steam because it's in a hot temperature, right? So your best answer here will be boil. Okay, now for number 39, which statement about nylon and terephthalate is correct? They are polymers, are made from monomers with a carbon double bond, same linkage. No, it's a polyester. Not really. Okay, it's made from two different monomers. Yes, it's correct. Okay, 39 is D. And look at number 40. Look at number 40 here, structure of a protein. Which diagram represents the structure of a protein? So structure of protein, you must have this bonding. Please remember this. And the only choice here we have is A and D. So if you look at the A and D, the best choice here will be a D, because you have the sequence, the repeating sequence. However, the A do not have the repeating sequence. Okay, so look at here, this part, they are being combined. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. Okay guys, so I hope you can understand this. So all the best for your revision. Please like and subscribe the channel. So I will upload a few more videos on physics and also chemistry before your exams. So thank you very much guys.